Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel Civil Engineering Easy. In this short video, I will show you how to find out the shear force and bending moment diagram of a simple supported beam having uniform distributed load applied on the entire span of the beam. First of all, we will calculate the reaction at support A and the reaction at support B. For that, first you need to convert the entire distributed load to the point load. How you can do that? By simply multiplying the distributed load with the span of the beam, that is WL. This point load will be applied at the mid span of this beam, that is L by 2 from one face of the support and L by 2 from the another face of the support. After that, we will calculate the reaction at support A and the reaction at support B. First, we will find out the reaction at support A, that will be equal to load multiplied by distance of this load from the another support, that is L by 2, and divided by the distance between two support is L. So by putting the values over here, reaction at A will be equal to the applied load is W into L multiplied by L by 2 divided by L. So L will be cancelled with L and the reaction at A will be equal to WL divided by 2. Similarly, we need to calculate the reaction at B. How you can do that? Reaction B will be equal to load distance of this load from another support, that is L by 2, this distance, divided by the distance between the support is L. So by putting the values, reaction at B will be equal to WL multiplied by L divided by 2 divided by L. L will be cancelled with L, so the reaction at B will be equal to WL divided by 2. Until now, we have calculated the reaction A and reaction B. After that, we will analyze the beam and we will find out the shear force and bending moment diagram. For that, we need to find out the shear force and bending moment at each and every point of the beam. We will just take a section and after that we will analyze that section and we will find out the shear force and bending moment diagram. Cut the beam at XX portion and redraw the beam again. Here the two forces will be resisting at the portion X. One is the shear force that will be acting at a downward and anti-clockwise as a sign convention that will be acting as an anti-clockwise. And we have already found out the reaction at support A, that is RA is equal to WL divided by 2. So we need to find out this shear force and moment at a portion XX that we have taken from the left face of the support. Change this UDL load into the point load, that will be W, and this load is acting at a distance X. So multiply it with the distance X, it will change to the point load. This load will be acting at a distance X by 2 from the left face of the support and X by 2 from the right face. For the calculation of shear force and bending moment, we need to take the summation of vertical forces acting on the beam equal to 0. By sign convention, we will take the upward forces positive and the downward forces negative. So here the upward forces is WL divided by 2 and the down force is WX, and another force there is a shear force acting as a downward. So the algebraic sum of all these forces must be equal to 0. So by calculation, we will get the shear force that will be equal to WL divided by 2 minus WX. This equation is varied from 0 to L, that is the entire span of the beam. Now calculate the moment at the free end. So take the summation of moment at a cut portion, that will be equal to 0. We will take the moment at this point. So reaction A multiplied with this X distance will produce a clockwise moment. So take the sign convention and take the clockwise moment positive and anti-clockwise moment negative. this RA will produce a clockwise movement at this point, and the moment arm with this reaction A is X. So RA multiplied by X, that is clockwise, so take it as a positive. Another load that is acting at the mid of the beam, that is WX, and the moment arm with this load is X by 2. It produces an anti-clockwise moment, so load is WX and moment arm is X by 2. At the free end, a moment is acting that is anti-clockwise. The algebraic summation of all these moments will be equal to 0. So by calculation, MA will be equal to RA into X minus W X into X square divided by 2. Putting the values of reaction A that we have already calculated, WL divided by 2 into X minus WX square divided by 2. We have got the second equation for the moment. These two equations is valid for the entire span of the beam, that is from a distance 0 to span of the beam, that is L. Until now we have find these two equations, one for the shear force for the entire beam. You can find out the shear force at each portion of the beam from this equation. Also the moment at any portion can be calculated from this moment equation. From these two equations we will calculate the shear force and bending moment diagram for a simple supported beam having uniform distributed load acting on the entire span of the beam. So how you will do that? Let's see. Redraw the beam, and we have already find out the reaction A that is equal to WL by 2 and reaction B that is equal to WL by 2, and we will draw a zero shear force line for the shear force diagram and similarly a zero line for the bending moment diagram. So for the shear force we have an equation that is equal to WL divided by 2 minus WX. By putting the values of X is equal to 0 in this equation, we will get the shear force is equal to WL divided by 2 minus W into 0. So we will get the shear force at point A that will be equal to WL divided by 2. So we have got 1 point for the shear force diagram, that is the shear force at point A is equal to WL divided by 2. Now we will find out the shear force at the mid-span of the beam, that is L by 2 from the face of the left support. So by putting the value of X is equal to L by 2 in this shear force equation, we will get the shear force at mid of this beam, that will be equal to WL divided by 2 minus W, and the value of X is L divided by 2. So at shear force at the midpoint will be equal to WL divided by 2 minus WL divided by 2. We got the shear force at the midpoint is equal to 0. So when the UDL is applied on the entire span of the beam, then the shear force at the center of the beam will be equal to 0. So we got another point that is 0. And you can see that this equation is linear. So join these 2 points by a linear line. Now we need to find out the shear force at point B, that is L from the face of the A support. By putting the values of X is equal to L in the equation, we will get the shear force at a point B, that will be equal to WL divided by 2 minus W into L. By simplification, we will get WL divided by 2 minus WL by taking B LCM WL minus 2WL. So subtract WL minus 2WL, we will get minus WL divided by 2. So at point B we will have a shear force, and that will be a negative value. We will draw this shear force at point B, that will be equal to minus WL divided by 2, and again this equation is a linear, so we will join this line with that point as a linear line. So we have already know that point B we have already applied force, that is WL divided by 2. So negative WL divided by 2 plus reaction at B, that we will get a zero shear force at point B. So one portion is a positive shear force and another portion is a negative shear force. Since we know that the moment equation for the entire span of the beam is equal to WL divided by 2 into x minus WX square divided by 2. By putting the values of x is equal to 0, it will represent the moment at point A. That will be equal to WL divided by 2 into 0 minus W into 0 whole square divided by 2. So the moment at support A will be equal to 0 minus 0, that will be equal to 0. We got this one point, that is moment at point A is equal to 0. Now we want to find out the moment at a mid-span, that is L by 2 from one face of the support and L by 2 from another face of the support. For the moment at a mid-span, that is equal to L by 2 from one face of the support. So moment at point B will be equal to WL divided by 2 into x, that is L by 2 minus W divided by 2 into L square, that is L by 2 whole square. By simplification, moment at B will be equal to W L into L square divided by 2 cross 2, that is equal to 4 minus W, the square of L is L square divided by 2 into the square of 2 is 2 whole square. Moment at B is equal to WL square divided by 4 minus WL square divided by 2 cross 2 multiply by 2, that will be equal to 4. By simplification and take the LCM, moment at B will be equal to 4 into WL square minus WL square divided by 2 cross 4, that is 8. Take 8 is the LCM, that is equal to 2WL square minus WL square. So moment at B will be equal to WL square divided by 8. When the uniform distributed load applied on the simple supported beam, the maximum moment at the center of the beam will be equal to WL square divided by 8. So plot this point. So we got the moment at point B is equal to WL square divided by 8. How we will join these two lines? Since we have x square on the moment equation, we will join it by 2-degree curve, that is like this. In the last, we will find out the moment at point B. So for that we will use again this equation, the moment at point C. For that the value of x will be equal to L. X will be equal to L. Moment at C is equal to WL divided by 2 multiply by L minus W divided by 2 into L whole square. The moment at point C is equal to WL square divided by 2 minus WL square divided by 2. So the answer is equal to 0. So the moment at point C is equal to 0 because we have a support at point C. So at the support point we got a 0 moment. So again join this line with the second degree curve, we have a complete bending moment diagram. That is a positive bending moment diagram, and the maximum value of this bending moment is WL square divided by 8 is the mid of this beam. So in short summary, we have calculated the shear force which was a linear line, and the maximum shear force was at support A WL divided by 2, at support B it was WL divided by 2. Similarly, the bending moment at the mid-span was maximum, and the value of that bending moment was WL square divided by 8, and the bending moment line was a second degree curve. The bending moment at point A was 0 and point B is equal to 0.